To some, this concept may seem a little crazy, but I just had a son, and imagine your baby growing up and automatically being seen as shady based off the color of their skin. And details with the cops get hazy while officers of the law get a little tazy. And even with hands up, don't shoot, they feel those hands got a little too wavy and a shot gets popped. A body falls to the ground with blood pouring out. The black community crying out, this racism is evident, while some may respond, this racism is irrelevant. Wow. In 2020, it's still hard to fathom what it feels like to be black and brown. And I ain't laughing now, because the same hands that could pat me down have been joined by other vigilante clowns. So whether you're in a grocery store getting yoked up because you looked like a shooter, or you're getting a knee rested on your neck while you try and explain you can't breathe, I don't know how many deaths it's going to take for people to believe that things need to change. That the treatment of people of color ain't the same. It's disgusting how many hashtag last names have become a movement because of things that no one should be cool with. Y'all, what are we doing? I can't tell you how many times I've been followed by the cops just walking down the block because I look like a suspect. Or the time I got pulled over with my friend and asked if I played basketball. Why? Because I'm black and tall? Oh, and by the way, it had nothing to do with the stop at all. Or what it feels like to see flashing lights at night because you're not sure whose rights are about to be abused and whose power will be misused. I wouldn't choose this life for anybody. And believe me, I love being black, but we need to understand these calls can't be taken back, nor will an apology erase the trauma. Too many regular occurrences have become a gamble due to these stigmas and stereotypes about people of color that depict us as people you can't trust and people that are hard to handle. For example, like the time when I spent money in the store and didn't get a receipt, and seconds after I walked out, the same person I gave money to called me a thief, took my goods back, left me in disbelief with tears hitting my feet because no one around would believe me. Why? Because of the way they see me. Because of images on TV. Because of a belief system that hasn't been put down since Jim Crow was around. Because of the thing that got into your mind that says somehow, even if I'm on the ground, face down, with hands behind my back or in a docile stance, that I'm more dangerous than a man with a gun in his hand. That I won't understand. There's got to be something else at work here, because the last time I checked, every life matters here on God's green earth, including mine. And it hurts that I have to decide to code switch well enough, push down those emotions welling up, go through the verbal acrobatics well enough to not be seen as a threat so I can avoid my family having to hear of my death. And I'm more than upset, wondering what I don't get. So God, I pray that you judge this one, because I don't know what judge can pass a judgment that equates to real justice, one that gets at the root of racism. Because a slap on the wrist to reprimand what was revealed to the public doesn't address what happens in private or the system that hides it. You want to know why America's still divided? Because I'm not counted as a whole out loud, and I'm still 3/5 to those in silence.